Heights, Monday, school board, December 16th, 2024. It's a regular school board education meeting held at 5740 Lawn Avenue in the board office. May we call to order, please? Taylor?
Yes. Ms. Cheeks,
Yes, here.
Ms.
Yes.
Granger, Ms. Shepherd,
Present.
Mrs. Moore,
Here.
Mr. Blackwell.
May we rise for a pledge of allegiance, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Okay, first up, we're gonna have, the superintendent, do the student recognition. Ms.,
To Vice President Moore and board members Shepherd and Cheeks and Treasurer Friedrich, good evening. It's actually my pleasure tonight. I've asked one of our students to come tonight because he really stepped up to the plate in the fall. As you know, we had our band director had resigned towards the beginning of the season, and we did not have a replacement for the band director immediately. So we were really not sure what we were going to do, but we wanted to make sure that the students were still able to participate in band. So we have a student that I've asked to come tonight. His name is Roman Marks. He's here with his mother and his grandmother. And I just couldn't let this season go by without formally recognizing him. He stepped up to the plate. It wasn't an easy task, as you can imagine, working with a lot of your peers and bringing them together, but they performed at every game. They didn't miss a show. So I just wanted to let you know, Roman, that I'm extremely thankful for you stepping up to the plate and to be able to benefit from your student leadership with our band this fall. So I just wanted to say thank you. And we have Dr. Perkins here, and I'm going to let him say a few words because he was really directly involved with the band and Roman. So Dr. Perkins.
Thank you, Mrs. Della Flora, Madam Vice President, esteemed members of our school board, and Treasurer Mr. Friedrich. I'm ecstatic right now. I'm very happy. I'm beaming, obviously, okay, because he's one of our young men at the high school, and it's good news for our future. Roman, whatever you decide you're going to do it well, my friend. We, like Mrs. Della Flora stated, we were in a lot of turmoil there for a while. It was almost like a rudderless ship. And I stood up in front of the band and said, hey, the only experience I have is what you're doing right now, which was I was in marching band, and that was it. And so I went to Roman actually the day before I had stepped in front of the band and had kind of feeled him out a little bit to see whether he wanted to do it or not. And he was reluctant. But I'll say this about him. Nobody worked harder than Roman. For 3 months, the band did not miss a beat. We put it out there, just do home games, and they wanted to do it all. And that's also because of his leadership and what he did to motivate and his commitment to our high school and to our young men and women in the marching band themselves. So I got to see him step up and do that. And like I said, no matter what he does, he's a leader. All right, that I know about Roman. He is a leader. He's very passionate about whatever it is he's going to do. I look forward to great things after high school for you. But on behalf of the Maple Heights High School staff and scholars, I want to say congratulations and thank you for everything you did. Even when Roman was done doing the directing and we had some other student directors fill in, Roman still was out there at practice helping those individuals direct the band as well. That's selfless. That's commitment. It's also our core values, right? Being prepared, being respectful, being involved, determined, and engaged. There's nothing like this guy. So like I said, I'm very happy. Congratulations, Mom. It's also because of you and your hard work as a mother and what you've done to raise a fine young man, and Grandma, you too. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Can we rise and give him an applause, please?
Yes, he did.
So we have a certificate for you, Roman. It says, this leadership certificate is presented to Roman Marks. Your exceptional leadership, dedication, and willingness to step up when needed have made a remarkable impact in our district. Thank you for your hard work, passion, and commitment to making sure the mighty marching Mustangs stay number one.
Yes, that's
Thank you.
Olympia, can we take a minute and then we all get a picture right here real quick? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take a picture of that. That's for you.
Okay, we're gonna do it first.
It's ugly sweater week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. for recognizing him.
Yeah, he definitely got us through, so I am very grateful for him, and also thank you to Dr. Perkins for getting us through that period, because we just didn't want the kids to have to miss out on any of their activities, so. Moving on to my updates, it has been a very busy week, and I want to just give a shout out to the Maple Heights High School Drama Club. They did an extremely good job last week on their Charlie and the Chocolate Factory play. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but also our construction trade students, they worked on the props for the play. So it was just nice to see the student work, and shout out to the teachers who worked with the kids on that program. They had a very small budget, but you wouldn't have known it by the way that they performed. So I was really excited about that. Our athletics teams are up and running, have started the winter season. We've been doing the end of course exams at the high school, so they've been having exam time, and we're just on our way to wrap up for the Christmas break, which will be beginning on Friday, will be our last day in school. The other thing I just wanted to update the public and the board on is Maple Heights, the state of Ohio, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce, that every year they look at positive behavior intervention and support, which is PBIS. It's our program that we use to recognize good behavior, good attendance. And I wanted to recognize that Maple Heights for the 23-24 school year received state recognition. There were only 26 districts in the state of Ohio who received this recognition. So just want to say that that's really a great achievement for Maple Heights. Several of our schools received awards, but we're going to work on getting all of them. And for those schools that receive bronze awards, we're going to be working towards silver and gold. So again, lots of things going on in the district. We hope that everyone has a safe holiday break, and when we come back that Monday, January 6th, that is just for staff. We're having a professional development day, so students and families, if you're out there for the break, you will come back on Tuesday, January 7th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. At this time, I will turn the floor over to the treasurer.
Okay, thank you, Vice President Moore, board members, Superintendent De La Flora. Tonight in my report, items A through H. I just wanted to point out a few things. We are amending the appropriations for the fiscal year. We're doing this because we have carryover money coming in from federal funds such as Title I, IDEA Part B, Title II, and Title IV. So those are included in the updated appropriations. We are also doing Resolution 24-90, which is requesting advances from the county auditor. This is a requirement we have to do every year. The auditors come in and make sure that we do that. So making sure that is done, and it needs to be done by December 31st. And then I also included the alternative tax budget this year. In Cuyahoga County, we do not have to do a hearing for this. We only need to have the budget approved. So this is due by January 20th, but I want to make sure that the county got it before that date.
Okay, we appreciate that.
Yep. So with that, I recommend those items for approval.
Okay. The treasurer is asking for approval for items, resolutions A through H. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussions of any of these items? Seeing none, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes. Motion carries and is approved. At this time, do we have any additions or deletions from the, from this board agenda that we present tonight? Okay,
No.
all right. May I have a motion to approve the, agenda, please?
So
December-
moved.
Second.
Okay, for December 16th, okay? May I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes. Motion carries. We're gonna go into new business, and, at this point, I will turn the, floor over to our superintendent, Ms. Della Flora, and she will talk about each one of the items for, our section for, section 6 for new business, for agreements and contracts.
Thank you. Item A is a stop-loss contract with Medical Mutual of Ohio. This contract helps for stop-loss with any payment of claims over $150,000 by one member. The second one, B, is a contract renewal for Addendum 1, Medical Mutual Services. This is, since we are self-insured, we're essentially the insurance company, and we do an RFP for this. And the ASO Weekly is how we receive claims and process them, and then we pay out that amount. So this contract outlines those services. Item C is the Finding Leaders contract for conducting the treasurer search. And item D is from the ESC Northeastern Ohio for the Shared Service Alliance program, again, regarding the interim treasurer services.
Okay, at this time, we ask for a motion for approval for items in section 6, agreements and contracts for A through D. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussions? Seeing none, may we have a roll call?
Yes. Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes, motion carries. Next, we're going to do new business for line items in section 7. I will turn the floor back over to the superintendent.
Thank you, Vice President Moore. Item A is for an overnight trip for the High School Business Professionals of America, and they will be attending an overnight trip in Columbus in March of 2025. Item B is also for an overnight trip for the high school student council students. They will be attending the Ohio Association of Student Leaders Annual State Conference in Port Clinton, Ohio, also in March of 2025. Item C is an extension, an amendment to a current agreement we have. As you know, we have the Closing the Achievement Gap grant, and that grant used to align with the year from January to December. Now they're aligning it with the fiscal years that go along with the school districts. So our current contract ends December 31st of this year, and this is an amendment to extend the CTAG grant contract from January 2025 through July of 2025. So moving forward, the CTAG grant will be aligned with our fiscal year. And item D is the sale of old school buses. We have a couple of school buses that are old and unused, and typically, we will sell those old buses and purchase new ones, so we are going to attempt to sell the buses that are listed there.
Okay. At this time, the superintendent is asking for approval for new business line items, A through D. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussions on any of these items that she reviewed? Questions? Seeing none, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes, motion carries. Next is there anything to amend the consent of the agenda for tonight's meeting? Anyone have any questions, any amendments? Okay. Next, we will have the consent or approval for a 21st Century hiring of employees for classified hiring, and C. D, we approve, we need approval for any the resignations that are listed under section D, and then the approval for volunteers under E. Section for leave of absence of F, listed employees below. Then we have G for miscellaneous employment items additional to personal days. And this is to correct contract language. And we have H for miscellaneous employment for closing the achievement gap for CTAG. And then we have, that's it.
Yep.
So may I have approval for items in this section from A through H?
So moved.
Oh, second.
Any discussions of any of these items that are listed? Any explanation, questions? Can I ask you a question about the personal days that were not included in the contract of the administration? What was the answer as far as, were they supposed to have them and they were just left out, or?
It depends on how the ORC is read. Some people say the non-certified only applies to classified, but
Okay.
it was basically up to the purview of, it could be up to the purview of the board.
Okay, and so we all agreed to do it. Okay, I just want to make sure that we didn't have to retro anything. Okay?
No.
All right, that's all. Okay, roll call, please.
Okay. Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes. Motion carries. Next is the organization, language for the organization meeting. We need to appoint a president for pro tem. We need a nomination.
What's the president pro tem?
That means that before we take any motion and start business, we have to assign a board member to take the position of the treasurer
Treasurer, okay.
until we can, yeah.
All right.
And then the President Pro Tem will also open the meeting for the organizational, and then you guys would vote.
Got it.
So we need a nomination.
You normally do that, right?
I don't normally do it, but if you want to nominate me.
I nominate Vice President Rosalind Moore for President pro tem.
No, I don't normally do it. Okay, you need a second.
Second. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, accept. And just put my name there. Okay, roll call.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes, motion carries. Do you have, section 11, do we have anything that we need to remove from the agenda? None? Okay, so we skip that. And next up, we have the public participation. If anyone here tonight would like to address the board, you may have the floor. Please list your name and address, and you get 3 minutes. Welcome, Dan.
Dan Kovalik, I live at the high school.
One must stay away.
First of all, as president of MHTA, I'd like to say thank you to Taylor. It's been a pleasure working with you. You've been fantastically professional and helpful, and I wish you the best. And we wish you the best. So thank you on that. And then secondly, stepping off of that into my teacher role, for the last 20, I'm not going to say a lot of years, I've been attending basketball games. I was a coach. I used to do the scoreboard, and now I'm the voice, the Mustangs, whatever. So the last home game we had, the boys' game we had, was the first one with the whole new everything.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Fantastic job by you guys of addressing the problems and really thinking about solutions. The experience for everybody was bar none. We've always had a fantastic gym. You hear it from people who come and visit. I talk to a lot of people in basketball. But this experience is now top notch. So great job, you guys. So thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dan.
you.
We wanted to make sure that you guys were taken care of and the students were taken care of. And I hope you guys have a lovely time in that new gym.
I'm just happy that one step is no longer.
Good evening, School Board. Tawana Honeycutt. I live in the Personnel Department.
Okay.
On behalf of the administrators, we just want to thank you all for making the adjustments to our professional contracts and adding in the personal days. So thank you.
Of course.
You are so welcome. Because if we could have done it, we would have done it a long time ago.
Andrea Beeman, president of MOST. I live in the in-school suspension room at the high school. So I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Friedrich for everything that you've done to just reformat the treasurer's office. When you got here, it was a hot mess. And you really put confidence back in the treasurer's office where there wasn't any, so we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And whoever is next up, they have big shoes to fill.
Huge.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I just say something too about?
Oh, yeah, we are, we're going to take turns.
On behalf of Maple Heights City School District, as superintendent, I also would like to just say thank you to you, Treasurer Friedrich. Our time has been short, but I have learned a lot from you. I'm going to miss working with you, but we wish you the best, and I appreciate, as the superintendent, you leaving us in great fiscal hands. So wishing you the best, and I'm thankful for the short time that we did work together.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm mad at you. But I am going to miss you. I really enjoyed the time I had with you, but I'm still mad at you.
Sure. It's been a joy working and getting to know you on a personal level, and also like working with you as being our treasurer. I have been singing your praises to the other school district that you're going to. I won't say their name, but I've been singing your praises and saying that they have an awesome treasurer coming in.
Thank you.
So.
I appreciate that.
Well, Taylor, I think that we became very good friends, and I appreciate all the hard work that you have done for our school district, and me calling you and bouncing things off, and you taking the time to answer my questions and go through scenarios. You did an awesome job here, and we all hate to see you leave, but there comes a point in time that we all understand that, in order to grow, you may have to leave where you are, and we respect that, but we will be missing you, and we hope, the best for you at your new school district. And like I said, pick the phone up, call anytime. Our friendship is still there, and we only wish you the best, okay?
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all the kind words, and I'm going to miss everyone here, and I'm a phone call away if anyone needs anything.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have to go into executive session for anything?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Reason number one.
Okay. Next, we have executive session. It is going to be the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotional, demotion, or compensation of an employee or official, or the investigation of charges of complaints against an employee, official, or student, unless such individual requests a public hearing. The board will not hold any executive sessions for the discipline of one of its members for conduct related to the performance of his or her official duties for his or her removal from the office. No, we will. No action required, or we will?
No action.
Because we already voted on the contract. Okay, no action. May I have a motion to go into executive session at, what is the time? Is it 6:30? 6:31.
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Cheeks?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes, motion carries. We are going right now into executive session, and thank everyone